I'm Adrian, and I'm going to be showing you today how to make a cheap, simple meal that you can make for a few people or for a lot of people.
Spaghetti.
Okay, so for today, we're going to be making chicken spaghetti. And this is a dish that you can make hot, like my husband likes it, or you can make it mild, you can dress it up, you can dress it down, you can make it for a lot, or you can make it for a little. Since my family loves this, I use a pound of angel hair pasta. I put this on the boil, I add some chicken, I add some cheese, some Rotel, and that's it. Really simple and really easy to make. So we'll go ahead and get this pasta boiling, and then we'll make our chicken spaghetti. And also you want to make sure to put some salt in your boiling water, because it's going to add a little bit of flavor to those noodles, and also it'll get your water boiling a little bit faster. I'm breaking my noodles up just a little bit because I've got little kids, and it saves me a little bit of time later. Not really. And if you hear them in the background, sorry. This is some real cooking from a real mom. And if you notice, I have a strong southern accent. I'm from Central Alabama. And if you can not also tell, we like to eat. I'm going to be sharing a lot of videos where I make these meals. And if you're on a budget, you have picky eaters, these are going to be perfect for you. We do a lot of cooking in our church. So we have to make meals for a lot of people. Like I said, this is something you can cook up for a lot of people. If you just have a small family, you can just use half of the noodles, a little bit of chicken. I use the chicken from Sam's, and I get the big pack. I go ahead and cook it all at one time and freeze it. That's a little tip to save you a little bit of time later. And then I just pull one out when I get ready to cook. I already have mine diced up over here. So since I'm making a large pot, this is going to go in a 5-quart Pyrex dish. It's 11 by 15. So I have one chicken breast and a half. Normally I use about 2 cups of cheese, and I use 1 can of Rotel because the kids don't like it too hot. So if you like things spicy, you can get your Rotel hot, add 2 cans. I also leave the juice in mine because otherwise it gets a little bit of dry. And then I go ahead and mix the cheese in. And I put a layer of cheese on top, put it in the oven for about 10-15 minutes, let that cheese melt, and that's it. It's a simple meal. It saves great in the refrigerator, and it is a crowd favorite. Also, little tip for your noodles, if you have a wooden spoon, put your wooden spoon over your boiling pot, and it helps to keep your noodles from boiling over. The wooden spoon, as you can tell, starts getting wet. It absorbs that moisture, and it'll help you keep your noodles from making a mess all over your stove. Alright, I went ahead and drained my noodles and put them back in the pan here. And what I like about this dish is you don't have to use a lot of pots and pans. And matter of fact, you don't even have to cook your chicken. You can buy canned chicken. It's that simple. So I have this one pan. I already have my noodles. I just add in my Rotel. Put in some salt and pepper to taste. This is like I said, this is a pound of spaghetti, so you're going to need a good little bit in there to taste. Just go ahead and stir this all in. And like I said, if you like it a little bit hotter, you can put 2 cans of Rotel in, or you can use the hot Rotel. And then you can go ahead and start mixing in your chicken. Put about half in there and go ahead and stir that up a little bit. And there's different ways you can make this. You can add different things in. Like I said, you can spice this up. You can add corn. Some people add cream of chicken to make it a little more creamy, or some sour cream. I like this version because my son's a very picky eater, and the less ingredients for him, the better, because it's less stuff he has to pick out. And you can measure your cheese if you like to. I just kind of throw it in there until it looks good and cheesy. I use a mix of Colby and Monterey Jack cheese. You can use any kind you like, of course. But I go ahead and just mix this in. And really it goes ahead and melts, but like I said, I'm going to throw this in a casserole dish and put this in the oven, 350. And you don't have to wait for it to preheat or anything. You just throw it in there, because really what you're doing is melting the cheese. Okay. Here's my big casserole dish. Like I said, this is a 5-quart. This is 11 by 15. And just dump that right in there. You can spray your pan if you like. Just dump that all right in there. And just spread it out. Okay, so then if you want to make a low-carb version of this, instead of noodles, I've used fried onions. You just put your onions in a frying pan, and or cast iron skillet's what I use with mine, and just saute them and add them instead of the noodles, and it's really good. Another thing we like to do, or my husband loves, is to add spicy ranch to this. Of course, you can buy it or you can make it. You just take regular ranch and just add a little bit of hot sauce to it, and you just keep adding it until it's as hot as you like. Okay. And once you get this covered with cheese really good, you put this in the oven. And we go ahead and just let that cook for about 10-15 minutes, just till that cheese is melted on the top. I've seen some recipes that say 20 minutes. You do not have to cook it that long. Once that cheese is melted, it's good. Your chicken's already cooked, your noodles are cooked, everything's good. So once that's cooked, we'll come back and I'll show you how it looks. Alright, everything's cooked here. The cheese is melted. So I'm just going to cut a little bit here and put it on a plate and let you get a good look at it. And I'm not going to use my fancy everyday paper plates. I'm going to use one of my nice plates for you guys so you can see. So as you see, this is a pretty good helping here, and we still have a huge pan. So like I said, this makes a lot when you use the pound of noodles. So if you have a smaller amount you'd like to make, just the 8 ounces of noodles, or however much you want, you just kind of play with it and see what you like. But this is one of my easy dishes. Like I said, it's a crowd favorite, so I hope you like it. Leave me a comment, let me know what you think, and if there's something that you would like for me to make, just let me know. Thanks guys, bye.